happens if you need something to talk to your child about to make them feel at ease? And I use something called code words. Code words are amazing because a code word is something that you will talk with your child about, and you'll pick a word that's something that if there's a situation that they're not comfortable with, they could use that code word. Now, I'll give you a quick example. I had a friend who had to pick up their child from daycare. They were not able to pick up that child. The child didn't know this, so they called ahead to the school and they said, a friend of the family is going to pick them up. It's okay. They work it out with the school. But they didn't want to scare the child when the friend picked them up, who the child didn't know. So they always had a code word. The parents and the child always had a code word, and that code word was corn dog. As silly as that sounds, but the child always felt that when that word was mentioned, they felt at ease. So at the end of the day, the friend picked up the child, and the child was very upset that the mother or father or caretaker wasn't there to pick up. But when the friend said the word corn dog, the child knew that everything was okay. The child was returned home. They left, they got home, and the child understood. The problem is that these unexpected things happen and children don't really know. Or you could use a code word such as colors to develop things with your child that if they saw something, if they said, this was maybe a code red, which could be the worst situation that they saw. And maybe they're saying, you could say, was it a code red to the child? And the child would go, yeah, it was pretty bad, it was a code red. Or maybe use a code yellow is not too bad. So use different words, but you could use colors and you could use expressions and you could use things that the child knows that they're allowed to talk to a parent. They're allowed to talk to an educator. So if the educator says to the child, your mom said to me, you know, it's a code red, is everything okay? Do you want to talk to me? That might open the door for different things for the child. So little things like that, as much as we think they're silly, as much as we overlook things, as much as we say, wow, you know, it's not a big deal, but it really is a big deal, because if these children know how to be comfortable, then you could elicit information from them, and they could share information with you. And that makes it important, because if they don't have these things, they are stuck without anything to open up. Some kids are great. Some kids will talk about everything. Some kids come home from school and they don't say a word, and they hold everything in. The worst thing that I've seen working with many children with the NYPD is that kids, when something bad happens, they didn't know how to explain it. They were too embarrassed. They were too afraid. They were worried about being ostracized, whether a bully or a bad adult said something or did something to them. They didn't know how to express it. So using at a young age, whether it's a code word or something to make the child feel comfortable, allows the child to grow comfortably. Because one bad situation through a child, it could slow their learning progress down. It could slow their comfortability to do many, many things, to be great athletes, to read books. It could elicit bad thoughts all the time, and the thing is, we want to stop that. We want the child to grow up, be free of anything to stop them from making good decisions. And this is what Know the Bad Guy is all about. Know the bad guy is to say no to a bad guy. And that's what we'll talk about. So the book is Know the Bad Guy. It'll help you through a lot of these videos if you want to get it. If not, stick with the videos. The main thing is that if you wanted two things in this book, if you would like to talk about those things in the book, if you'd like to share with your child some of the things, that's great, because that'll open up many, many doors. And the main thing is that we're able to share things, code words. We share things like colors. We share things with the child, so it becomes easy for them to talk to their parents. Because the worst thing as an investigator is to have a child who's gone through some horrific, whether it's a sexual assault or a bullying event, and now you got to try to elicit this information. So having this open communication with your child makes it so much easier for the investigator. And I hope this helps. So know the bad guy, and we'll see you in the next video.